He's not leaving the bodybuilding industry. He still has a supplement company. I'm sure you're going to see him at the shows because he has booths at these shows. You are watching Muscle Central. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave a comment. Okay, the big news in the bodybuilding world is Hany Rambod. He has announced that he will not be doing prep coaching anymore. Says that he wants to spend more time with his family. He has a 12-year-old son he doesn't spend enough time with. He doesn't spend enough time with his wife. The prepping takes up a lot of his time. He's been doing this for probably 15 years, maybe more. He's not leaving the bodybuilding industry. He still has a supplement company. I'm sure you're going to see him at the shows because he has booths at these shows. He's just not going to have his time being consumed with prepping anymore. What does this mean for his clients? He's working with some of the biggest names in bodybuilding right now. The Park Pro is supposed to be the last show that he's going to be working with anybody with. That's going to be Chris Bumstead. Now, as far as Chris Bumstead goes, he says he's retiring. He wants to do an open show. He announces retirement at the Olympia. And even if he ends up staying, not retiring and continue competing, Chris was very successful before he started working with Hany. He won at least 3 classic physique Olympias before Hany. I think it might have been 4. He won 3 nonetheless before Hany. So if he decides to stick around, he's made it work without Hany. Now, Hany Choopan. Hany Choopan was doing pretty darn good as far as winning shows before he hooked up with Hany. The problem was we couldn't see him compete on U.S. soil. We couldn't see him on an Olympia stage because he couldn't get a visa. Now, since he hooked up with Hany, he became an Evogen-sponsored athlete. That makes him an Evogen employee. He's an employee of an American-based company. And I'm certain that Hadi's visa has something to do with the fact that he's an employee of an American-based company, some sort of work visa or something of that nature. Now, that's not going to change for Hadi because he's still an Evogen-sponsored athlete. And when he comes into the country, yeah, he stays with Hany up until the contest. He trains at Hany's facility, then afterwards goes back home. Now, they have a relationship together. There's a friendship between the two of them. And I'm sure there wouldn't be any problem with Hadi staying with Hany during his stay here before a show, training at his facility, and then going back home. He just won't be working with him as a prep coach. So I don't see that being an issue either. As far as Derek Lunsford goes, the truth is, Derek Lunsford was floundering a bit in the 212 division when he first turned pro. Yeah, he did make a bit of a splash the first time he stepped on a 212 Olympia stage. Then he dropped in placings. And like I said, he was floundering a bit. And it wasn't until he hooked up with Hany that things started to come together for him. ultimately winning the 212 Olympia title, and then stepping up into the open division, and then winning the Mr. Olympia title. In the case of Chris Bumstead and Hany Choopan, I don't think that their success was largely due to uh, Hany. Like I said, Chris he won at least 3 classic physique Olympias before working with Hany, and Hany was winning shows also. Just couldn't get a visa to get into the country. But Derek, on the other hand, he was well. He better. I think he benefited the most out of the out of the three of them. At least in my opinion, he benefited the most working with Hany. Where's Derek going to go from here? How's this going to affect Derek? I don't know. We'll see what happens. As far as Hany Rambod goes, uh, I wish you all the best. Enjoy all that extra time that you have with your family. Enjoy the time with your wife. Enjoy the time with your son. I enjoy watching him grow. And if you agree or disagree with anything I've said, please let me know in the comments section. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.